everyone, today I'm going to be doing my October TBR. I tried to pick books that are scary and out of my comfort zone. In general, I tend to gravitate towards fantasy books, but for the most part, the books that I'm choosing to read this month are all contemporary, I think, but they are supposed to be really scary. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first book that I plan on reading this month is a behemoth of a book, and that is It by Stephen King. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. I was going to read it last year, but its size just completely put me off. This is like over 1,000 pages long. Usually what I do with books of this large size is that I read it throughout the whole month so that I'm not completely bogged down by it. All I know is that it's about an evil clown tormenting a small town. It's supposed to be super creepy and horrifying. I can't wait to get into this one, and I hope it's as scary as everyone says it is. So the next book that I plan on reading is Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This is about people being forced to live and not leave their houses. They are extremely afraid to even look outside their windows because if they do, they might see something that will drive them to deadly violence. So I think that sounds interesting and a bit spooky. So this book looks to be relatively short, and I hope to fly through this. Get it? Birds. Flying. The next book that I plan on reading is Final Girls by Riley Sager. So this is about a college student who has survived a massacre. When she went on vacation with 5 friends, she was the only one to come back alive. So I think there are other girls that went through similar traumas, and the media has dubbed them the Final Girls. I believe that the book starts off 10 years after all of these incidents happened, so I'm interested to see where this book goes. The next book that I plan on reading is Horns by Joe Hill. This is about a guy who wakes up one day with a pair of horns protruding from his temples. The previous night he was drunk and doing terrible things because his girlfriend was murdered. And he's the #1 suspect in this investigation. His life was perfect before this, and now his community has ostracized him and he is just cast out. Everyone has abandoned him, everyone except the devil inside. So this story sounds really horrific, and I'm a bit hesitant about it, but I hear this is a really dark and unconventional book, so that's kind of what's drawing me into the story. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, so that should be really interesting to read one of his books. The final book that I am going to read this month is for my book club, and that is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. So this is about a toddler who wanders into a graveyard and encounters a bunch of ghosts. Since he is an orphan because all of his family, his entire family was murdered, these supernatural entities raise him as their own. So I want to read this book because it just seems like the perfect Halloween read. I think it's middle grade, and I'm also intrigued to read this because I think it's also a reimagining of The Jungle Book. These are all the books that I will be reading in the month of October. You can see there are library books. I just love my library. So thank you for watching. Tell me down in the comments what you plan on reading this month, and if you are interested in any of these books, I would be totally interested in buddy reading them with you guys. Just let me know. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!